how do you really float stuff out? The term float means to actually put mud on. That's when you say floating. Or load it up. That's another one. So what you first want to see, it's usually butt joints, headers. Sometimes when you do a repair, this one goes all the way down alongside the tub. Now it's already taped with tape and mud, and my first coat is always with all-purpose. That helps give it a nice strong bond. First of all, what you want to do is, this is a 12-inch knife. It looks a little rusty, but what I sanded off the edges on there, and that helps so you don't get scratches. You don't want scratches in your knife. And my knife is straight and it's flat. It's flat. Make sure. Knives don't last forever, so sometimes you got to get rid of them and get a new one. But when you get a new one, make sure it's straight and make sure it's flat. Okay, so first of all, what you want to do is see, you get some light. So that's the high spot. I usually try to actually score a line, and sometimes it might not be that way, but look at this one too. So if you see that light right there, I need to build that side up and I need to build this side up. Now, that's where a 14-inch knife comes in handy. I don't have my 14, I only got a 12. So after you use a 14-inch knife a lot, you know, you get a 12 and it feels like a 6 knife. Anyhow, this is how you load it up. I got some kind of heavy +3. So now what you want to do is make sure, remember where that line is. You want to fill on either side. Now, whether you go 2 or 3, I like to really load them up. So my first wipe will be kind of thin here. And when you put the mud on, always get used to hitting your edge. Hitting your edge. And then when you put the mud on, you lay your knife. So you go lay, you lay your knife. And then when you want to take it off, when you want to leave mud, this leaves the mud when you have this angle. Try not to put your finger on the back because it'll create an indentation. So this leaves the mud, so when you want to float it, you float it this way. When you want to wipe it all the way off, wipe it all the way off. Now that's more towards the last coat. But anyhow, let's load it up. Now let's see where it's at. Oh, sling some mud. Let's see where it's at. All right, let's go along the tub. And when I go around the tub, I like to try to, anything like this, I try not to start and stop. I'll try to swoop it in and around. And there's a good one too with your 6 knife. You can always put it in your pocket so you can easily grab it. See, what's even more important is getting it. It's important. All of it's important. What's important is getting the top filled too. And get some more mud. So this is actually like almost 3.5 12s. And I placed it on there and see if I can still see the hump, which there's a little bit right there. So I got to fill here and fill here. Maybe go another 12 out. Okay, look at the top. Check it again. Looking better. Feather your edges. If you notice a lap mark. Okay. Grab some, stick it right in the corner. Make sure your knife stays flat. And sometimes if you go faster, you can wipe off some stuff. Okay, now pressure to the outside. And then make sure you have a lap mark and not a cut mark. A lap mark is like that. A cut mark is when it cuts into it, obviously. And I need some right there. I hit something on the ceiling. Alright. Now this side I'm going to have to tie it to the tub. See how I got the blowholes go faster? Okay, grab some. That's what it means to float out something. And if you can see, I'm probably like 38, almost 40 inches. But you leave lap marks, and the lap marks will sand off easier. And when you're sanding it, go back and forth and see if you can feel or hear a bump. And if you do, you might have to load it up again. But that's loading up a butt joint. And that's what you have to do to hide butt joints, headers, anything that doesn't look good. But it could take another heavy coat and then followed up by a thin coat. But as always, happy drywalling.